and that's what the fans want.
Yeah.
I wanted to take it and go more serious tone, but what are you going to do? You can't change what's already been kind of established.
Now, in 2006, you were a Steadicam operator on the horror comedy Hatchet. In 2010, you worked on the sequel. Now, in 2013, you made your directorial debut with Hatchet 3. Explain to us in the audience what it was like to step into the director role for the first time, and especially under the circumstances of taking the helm of a franchise with the original and a sequel under it already. So, like I say, that you worked on since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, the difference with that was that as a camera operator, I do all the framing and work with the director of photography. As when taking the helm of being a director, now I'm the one making the decisions and working more with the actors and like going more story wise with it. That was the hardest part for me, was learning how to kind of break away from like the just every frame of like how things should be shot and things.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about that was I already worked with a bunch of those actors before. So I already it was very warm and inviting. Like it was easy to deal with because we already had a kind of rapport. So that was nice in that way. Like it wasn't scary. It was more inviting.
Yeah.
And for me, like I wanted to change Hatchet 3. I wanted to go a little bit darker with it. I wanted to make it look more cinematic. That was what I brought to the table on that one. I thought I tried to, if I could have gone further and made it darker, I would have done that and made it like much more of like a real tale, but obviously you have to stick to kind of like the vibe of what has originally been done. So we still had to keep it very cheesy and campy and kind of go that route, which is fine. It's and that's what the fans want.
Yeah.
I wanted to take it and go more serious tone, but what are you going to do? You can't change what's already been kind of established.
Right.
That's what I was curious about, like transitioning, like taking that transition into director in a familiar territory. If it was like the more so the pro of having that warm environment where you kind of feel safe, or if it was more so the con of like the pressure of taking the helm of a property that you've been involved in since the beginning.
I wasn't worried about it too much. I knew what I was wanting to do visually. If I couldn't change the tone of the movie and make it more serious, I could at least change the look of the movie and do kind of like, and put my stamp on that. Like with Victor Crowley, what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it very more contrast lighting on him. So he wasn't like brightly just jumping into your face. I wanted to keep it dark. I wanted the firelight to really be more of like the motivated light on him in certain things. I just, that's the kind of, even the aspect ratio, I changed that so it would look a little bit more cinematic, because the other Hatchet movies were 16:9. Mine's 240. More of like a scope look, and that was what I did. And I use Panavision glass, which I'm a huge fan of. Like that's the look of the movie is very important to me. And Panavision glass to me establishes real movie look. And that was the first time that any of the Hatchet movies had Panavision glass.
Very cool. Got to put the signature on it.